We got to say hi to Milla.
Milla.
Sorry, Milla. It's early.
Milla Jovovich.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
She's adorable.
Oh, this is always fun when all the publicists have to come into the studio.
Listen, you guys.
Just to make sure nothing crazy happens, right?
Listen.
Let me tell you how awful we are. Whenever pretty girls come in here, we clam up. We are incapable of speaking to pretty girls that are guests on the show.
Sit in silence for a couple
We're
of minutes.
terrible.
That'll be great.
Yeah, we'll
Those are some pretty hot pictures.
Oh my God, we should have covered those up.
But where did you get those?
We didn't realize a lady was coming in today. We should have covered up our wall.
You know, it's somebody
I thought
that
she was a good girl now.
Well, that's when she was a bad girl. Yes.
Oh, right.
That's Christina Aguilera being a bad girl.
What pictures were those? Some German magazine, probably.
That's a really good question. Where did we get those pictures?
is some pervert on the staff printed them out.
Is that her face on someone else's body, right?
That must be it.
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
No.
He's like, no!
Is that what we did?
No.
Every time I look at the Christina Aguilera pictures, I thought that they were real.
No, they are real.
knows?
They are real.
All right, so
Steve would know.
who put those pictures up there?
Oh, I don't know.
It's from Maxim Magazine? It's from Maxim Magazine.
Probably like Paris Hilton's body.
Right?
Well, Paris is up over there, I think, underneath the American mess sign. Something. Why don't we have? Why don't we have pictures from The Fifth Element? That's what we should have.
I'm kind of glad that I don't have anything from the
You don't want
that could go on this wall. Actually,
You do when you're in the when you're in that little thing just made up of some gauze. It looked like kind of wrapped around you.
Well, I guess if that turns you on,
Jumping
Jaws,
around.
man, that hospital thing is real sexy.
Do you think in The Fifth Element when you came out and you were in just that thing that was kind of strips all around you, that wasn't really hot? That guys weren't watching going, oh. Because let me be the first to inform you a few years later, it was very hot.
A few years
Very
later.
nice costume. And then you're flying around all over the place, jumping out windows on top of flying taxi cabs, and nothing came out. Like, that looked like an unsecured little outfit you were wearing. Were you glued in there?
Well, she's a super being, so, it all keeps together.
Was it duct taped and
Well,
stuff?
no, the whole thing was sort of one piece.
Uh-huh.
So it was kind of like a bathing suit.
Oh, we were.
Kind of like a wet bathing suit.
Yeah. It certainly was. That's like one of the most memorable parts of that movie, though, is you wearing that getup.
I know, that was a crazy character. That was fun.
Yeah,
Jumping off the building.
And then, of course, the Evil Dead. Evil
Resident
Dead.
Evil.
Resident Evil.
Evil Dead sucks, man. It's Resident Evil.
Oh my God, you're going to get a lot of people.
Evil Dead's kind of cool too. Gotta give it that. But
There's a lot of Evil Dead fans out there.
Resident Evil. I saw you naked.
Wait, she was naked in that?
I saw.
Okay, for a second, you see
It was for a second.
boobs for a second.
Wow.
And then I saw it on I guess regular TV. And I'm waiting for that part to come, and they cut it out.
It's
damn
kind
it!
of like seeing the TV version of Scarface.
Yeah.
He's like, this city is a chicken, just waiting to be plucked.
We did a whole thing on our show about that. The TV
so
edits.
wonderful.
The TV
I can
edits of
watch the
movies.
TV edit over.
Oh, you
and
like that?
I love it. Are
Makes you
you
laugh?
kidding? It's so wonderful.
They put in scenes that were deleted because they're so violent. So they'll put in scenes that never made the real movie. Like there's scenes that are now on the DVD. These awful scenes that meant nothing.
Yeah, the cutting room floor scene.
Yeah,
that
5
are meant
minutes
to
of
be
him
there.
driving and looking for an address.
Right.
Well, I've never heard, beep that, replaced with not that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that
Yeah,
was kind of real too.
Some of them,
not that.
they really
Some
reach.
not a Scarface thing. It's very kind of sophisticated. Not that.
Now, I guess
You're Scarface.
I guess these days they do two versions. Sometimes, and have the actor actually
Listen,
doing a
that
clean
was
version.
so genius. The things they pulled out the box for that, no one does today.
Yeah.
I mean, a chicken waiting to be plucked? That's genius.
Someone got paid to think of that and come up with it.
Of that stuff.
And they were in a room going, oh, good one, good one.
I
didn't think we were going to get one for that.
That's kind of like a cool hobby to find all the TV versions, the funniest TV versions of the most violent movies, because I think those are kind of amazing. You have these limits and you got to do your best with them, you know?
Yeah.
So you're like a chicken waiting to be plucked. You know, wonderful. I got it.
You ever see your own dialogue replaced on TV or something and kind of laugh like, that doesn't even sound like me?
Well, those things are really funny. I mean, every time I have to do a TV version, you know, we're always kind of like trying to think of like, what can you possibly say? You know, of course, I hadn't seen Scarface, the TV version at that point. So, you know, we were just doing like flickety flock and like, you know, just, you know, oh, dit or something, you know, and they're like, no, that sounds too much like.
It sounds too much like the bad word.
Hey, I got it.
The T word.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can say that on the radio.
Tit?
Tit.
Oh.
Let me fill you in on
You're in
something,
the world
Milla.
of satellite.
Let me fill you in on a little something,
You're in
Milla.
the world of satellite radio.
Are we actually on the air right now?
Yes. Completely on the air.
Know what's funny about that? So many guests will ask that exact question. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We will
Okay.
we will have 10, 15-minute conversations, and people go, so when are we going to go on the air?
I know. Thank God my mom's not watching. She's like, you're on the radio, and all you can think to say is a chicken waiting to be plucked.
I hate to tell you, it doesn't get much better than this. So enjoy your time.
And if your mom's watching the radio, you might want to have a little talk
That's
to
true.
her.
That's true. It's kind of early. I still haven't gotten through my coffee yet.
Are you generally maybe a potty mouth in regular life, or do you?
Well, look, you know, as I fiddle with the pen.
Ooh, you might not want to touch any of those pens.
Yeah, we don't know. People chew on them.
Pluck that, man.
Ooh,
She told you.
I want her to curse. Give us a curse. Give us a curse.
No, I can't.
You
I
do
can't.
it in movies.
Listen, I might do it just by accident anyway, so I just should try and control.
Is that what happened though when you're out and about? You kind of just pepper it
Pluck
in.
this, pluck that,
Yeah.
pluck you, pluck everything.
She's having a good time.
She's got some very lucrative deals she doesn't want to screw up, is what she's talking about.
She shouldn't be on this show.
I see her. What makeup spots are you on?
L'Oreal.
Yeah, L'Oreal.
Yes.
And she comes out with her big eyes, big blue eyes.
Pluck that.
L'Oreal. You started out as a model?
My mom was an actress in Russia when I was growing up back in the 70s, and so I started acting.
Saw her on TV?
When I was like 9.
Back then?
Actually, not on TV because, you know, in the 70s, TVs were a little harder to come by. But on the big screen, yeah, I would go with my mom and see her, like, doing ADR for movies and stuff. So kind of followed in her footsteps. So I started when I was 9 acting and then fell into modeling when I was
the weirdest
11.
part of that whole answer was that TVs were hard to come by. We just can't.
Well, it was the Russia.
No, I know. As an American, you just can't understand that you would actually grow up without a TV.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess by the 70s, everyone had TVs in America. Not that way in the motherland.
So how would you watch? But how would you watch TV? What, just one family member somewhere would have it, or?
Well, no, we had a TV.
Right.
But.
Yeah, I mean, if your mom's doing movies,
1%,
that's
probably
like,
had one kind of thing.
So everyone came over to your house to watch the TV.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Was there American TV back then? Like any shows making?
Oh,
why not?
Joking. There was hardly Americans in Russia.
They didn't like anything back then.
No, but I understand.
We go over Mila's house. They have toilet paper and blue jeans.
I'm talking on the black market. Maybe you get a VHS of Dallas or something shipped over. I don't know. Jesus.
Back then, they didn't want any Western stuff being beamed in.
But it was still being.
It was all just
you got to think
everything wonderful here today. Sky is blue. Government loves you. That was pretty much all they wanted the people knowing back then.
This is like the most awful thing is that it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so not funny.
And then, like, a Western information stuff started encroaching on. And that's when everybody said, I'm leaving. I could drive a cab and make some money. Pluck this chicken. Yeah.
God.
So when did you make your way here?
Yeah, when did you escape?
Well, we did actually. We came over and never went back.
Did you? You left when it was still communist?
I'm still here.
There's somebody still at the house, like some KGB agent waiting. Where is Milla? She said she was going out to get me blue jeans.
What did she find out? What the hell's in her Starbucks, man?
Oh my God!
This guy's been waiting 20 years.
Listen, the craziest thing is that you're not too far off from the truth.
What did you have to? You actually like fled? Are you one of those people that had to go into a wall?
My mom had to meet